Hey, how is everybody? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. It is a beautiful day here in Maryland. Nice, sunny, warm day here in Maryland. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, hopefully you love this video so much that you subscribe at the end. We are talking Into the Badlands today. We are talking season 3, episode 2. And guys, let me just say at the out front, let me be transparent, right? For those of you guys who followed the channel for a while, I am tired. So I'm working not to show it so much. As a matter of fact, I wanted to get this video out yesterday, but when I got home, I was so tired, I just couldn't do it. Man, my wedding is like right around the corner. So we're just like running around, making sure that everything is done and we're ready to go. And it's just wearing me out. But I do want to get into this episode because I did enjoy this episode a lot more than I enjoyed episode 1. Now, if you guys saw my review for episode 1, you know that I thought it was just okay. I didn't think it was a bad episode. Certainly, I thought it was an establishing episode, really. I thought that episode was designed to basically bring us up to speed, to let us know where everybody was in the Badlands currently, like what their present state is, kind of the state of the Badlands in general, right? As well as that new threat with Pilgrim coming to the Badlands. So from that perspective, I thought it did a pretty good job. I just felt like the story was a little bit weak. I would have liked to have had much more strength of story is probably the best way to put it. But the fight sequences were amazing. Like that first fight sequence, that opening kind of battle sequence was crazy cinematic. And that's one thing I'll say about the show I like, and I've noticed it in season episode 2 as well, that the show is being shot a lot more cinematically, so it has much more of a grander feel when you're watching it, and I really dig that. I thought that was great. So all in all, in episode 1, the fight sequences were good. The storyline was just a little bit weak, but I think we have redemption right in episode 2. What is the name of that? I have it up on one of my screens as I couldn't remember. Moon Rises, Raven Seeks is the name of episode 2. So let's get into that. So I'm curious what you guys thought about this episode, especially if you thought that episode 1 was just okay. Did you like episode 2 a lot more? I actually liked episode 2, and one of the things that I really liked about episode 2 was the strength of the storyline. Even though the writing feels a little bit different with both of these episodes, I wonder if the writers have changed, because the writing does feel a little bit different. I really enjoyed it though, all the same. So I like the fact that we really are starting to see a lot more weaving of the storylines between the characters in this episode. So we see a connection between Lydia and Moon. There is a connection between Baji and Cressida. So we're really starting to see those storylines merge, which really makes it interesting to kind of watch them right as they interact with each other. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm wondering what's going to happen with Moon and kind of him working with Lydia, or him working with the widow, now that we know that there was something in the past between he and Lydia is essentially helping Sonny. So how does all that play out? Like, where do loyalties really lie with that dynamic? I want to see how that all unfolds as well. I'm also interested to know that, or it's interesting to know, my mind's like jello today, that we still have not seen Chow's brother in this movie. We still have not seen Gaius in this movie. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I just got finished seeing Infinity War like for the second time, so I've got movie on the brain. But we haven't seen Chow yet this season, so I want to see him come in the role that he will play as well, because there should be some tension really between he and his sister, as he was helping Cogs basically escape and got locked up from Baron Chow because of it. So he's going to bring an interesting dynamic in the show as well. And I did say about him, I do think he's going to be the wild card this season. I really do feel that way. So I'm also interested to find out kind of what's going on with Sonny's baby, who has the gift, and how about what Baji said in terms of the gift always being passed down by blood. So apparently one of the parents, right, has to have the gift. It's either got to be Vale or it's either got to be Sonny, unless Vale was doing some stuff on the side, you know. So it's either one of them. Now the speculation in the show, right, is that it probably is Sonny, because when they found Sonny, apparently he had some kind of charm or something from Azura. So the speculation is that he might be from there, and thus the gift is with him, but we've never seen it manifest in him. But I'm going to tell you, I would not be surprised if that gift actually came from Vale. I wouldn't be surprised if Vale knew it as well, but just did not share it. So we'll see how all of that plays out. But I thought that was really cool, and I want to see what they do with the baby. And I also would love to see, if it is Sonny, for him to be able to manifest the gift would be just amazing. Like, I would love to see how they deal with that. But his fighting with the gift would just be, oh my gosh, it would just, I don't even know like how to talk about it. It would just be amazing to see that. So I like what they're doing with the story, a lot of connecting and interweaving parts, which makes the story really dynamic. And then we have all these outside characters that we haven't seen in a while. You know, some characters we haven't seen from season 1. I'm still hoping to see the River King and get some development of his character. I said before, I'd actually like to see Nas back in the dynamic as well. So there's a lot of characters I like to see come back, and I'm really interested to see kind of, again, how everything unfolds when you look at the battle going on between the Widow and Chow, and then this new threat introduced by Pilgrim. He's interesting as well. So there's so many different dynamics going on now in the Badlands that it really does make it fascinating to see how all of this is going to play out. So I really enjoyed episode 2. I'm wondering what you guys thought about it. Did you enjoy it as much as episode 1? Did you like it better? What were you thinking about that? So let me know your thoughts, you guys. Again, if you're new here and you are into this show, Into the Badlands, we do cover it heavily. So make sure you subscribe and jump into the conversation. My hope is really to grow some community around Into the Badlands on YouTube. So hopefully we can do that. Also, you guys, if you like comic books and comic book movies, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I just saw Infinity War again. I did put out just kind of a short review about Infinity War. It wasn't even really a review. It was really, actually, I'm going to link it up so you guys can see it just in case you haven't seen the movie. It was some things to look for while you're watching the movie that hopefully help enhance your enjoyment of the movie. It is a long movie, but there's some things you really have to pay attention to make sure you get all you can out of the movie. So I actually put a link to that as well. So if you're into any one of those things, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do get into it. I did say that I post 2 to 4 times a week. That has not been happening since we've been doing so much wedding things. So I've actually been trying to make sure that I get up 1 good video a week, but 1 to 2 right now is my range, just because where things are in my life outside of YouTube. So guys, thank you so much as always for visiting. And again, make sure that you hit that sub button if you like this, give it a thumbs up and share it as